No, Zachary, one of the things that's interesting to me, and it actually pisses me off when black people fall for this, and so allow me to unpack this. And I had this little black conservative always running his mouth, and I need everybody to listen to what I'm saying right now to really understand this. Let me try to unpack this for folk to really get. When we make statements such as, we gotta do for self, we gotta stop depending on the government. Do y'all know that last year, matter of fact, let me just go ahead, because see, some of y'all might say, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I knew exactly what I'm talking about. Here's a great story. This is the Washington Post. This is the Washington Post right here. And this story deals with the richest person in the world. His name is Elon Musk. See, so I want, this is specifically for all of the do for self. We don't need to be dependent on no government. We need to just simply pool our dollars. And I understand that whole point, because I built this. I used my own money. I went out, I started with one sponsor, one advertiser. We were in a small space across the street, and we built it up to where we are now. But I'm saying this for a reason, because this is the danger of when you fall for the okie doke of the, we don't need no government. Why we always trying to go for the government? Man, the government can't be, we need to stop begging the government. Here we go to my iPad. This is from the Washington Post 3 months ago. Elon Musk's business empire is built on $38 billion in government funding. Subhead, government infusions at key moments helped Tesla and SpaceX flourish, boosting Musk's wealth. And then when you go into the story, you'll begin to see it breaks down the contracts. Look at this right here. Shortly after becoming CEO of a cash-strapped Tesla in 2008, Musk fought hard to secure a low-interest loan from the Energy Department. According to two people directly involved with the process, holding daily briefings with company executives about the paperwork and spending hours with a government loan officer. When Tesla soon after realized it was missing a crucial Environmental Protection Agency certification, it needed to qualify for the loan days before Christmas. Musk went straight to the top, urging then EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson, who said this was a sister, I know her well, to intervene, according to one of the people. Both people spoke on the condition of anonymity for fear of retribution. It says nearly 2/3 of the $38 billion in funds have been promised to Musk businesses in the past 5 years. In 2024 alone, federal and local governments committed at least $6.3 billion to Musk companies, the highest total to date. And you see, they have a chart right here. So folks, follow me here. When I hear black folks, do for self, do for self, do for self, explain this. Do for self, do for self, do for self. When we say we don't need the government, you do know there's a reason. See, some of y'all, let me just go ahead and pull it up. Let's see here. Corporate CEO. See, this is why y'all got to stop watching these other BS shows. Who went to Saudi Arabia with Trump. See, they ain't teaching y'all all this stuff. This is specifically for all of the people, who love to yell, do for self, stop asking the government help. You always looking for a government handout. Don't be doing all this sort of stuff. This right here. Boom, this is CNBC. Trump joined by dozens of CEOs during his Middle East trip. And look at the article right here. They sit here and they say Elon Musk, Alice Karp, Kelly Ortberg, Boeing, Jensen Huang, NVIDIA, Sam Altman, OpenAI, Andy Jassy, Amazon, Larry Fink, BlackRock, Ruth Porat, President and CIO of Alphabet, that's who owns Google, the CEO of IBM, the CEO of Coca-Cola, the CEO of Uber, the CEO of Alcoa. Okay? That's just their particular article here. All right? Then, if you go, let's see here. Fox Business may have, give me 1 second. I want to see if they have a separate list. They have all of the same thing. They got a story here of all the folk who are going. All right? This right here is the Hill newspaper. This is what they say in the article. Hold on 1 second. Let me close these boxes out. They said, here are the 32, this is what they say. Here are the 32 individuals the White House said joins Trump's lunch with Saudi officials. Right here. Elon Musk, Steve Schwarzman, Blackstone, Larry Fink, BlackRock. Okay? Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn. Ben Horowitz, the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz. Sam Altman, OpenAI. Jenny Johnson, Franklin Templeton Investment. Arvind Krishna, IBM. Jane Fraser, CEO of Citigroup. Michael O'Grady, CEO of wealth management company Northern Trust. Kelly Ortberg, CEO of Boeing. Ruth Porat, CIO of Google. Andy Jassy, NVIDIA. Palantir, the CEO of Baker Hughes, an energy company. Lorenzo Simonelli. Jeff Miller, CEO of Halliburton. Olivia Lapouche, CEO of Schlumberger, an oil field services company based out of Texas. Dina Powell, Vice Chairman of BDT and MSD Partners, a merchant bank. Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates. Marcelo Clark, entrepreneur, works with fast fashion company Shine. Travis Kalanick, the guy who founded Uber. Neil Blue, billionaire who serves as chairman of General Atomics. John Ballas, law firm Kirkland & Ellis. Jake Silverstein, CEO of Infeld Investment Partners. Tina Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games. Kathy Warden, CEO of Northrop Grumman. James Quincy, CEO of Coca-Cola. The CEO of Uber. Francis Suarez, mayor of Miami. William Oplinger, CEO of Alcoa. William Meaney, CEO of Iron Mountain Information Management Company. So I need all of y'all, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. We need to do for self. We don't need no government help. I need y'all to answer the question. Why are 32 of the biggest corporate leaders in America, why did they travel to Saudi Arabia with Trump? Answer that. We on K Street. Do y'all know what K Street is known for in DC? This is the street where all the lobbyists are. I need y'all to understand. If I got out of this seat, and walked outside my building, and I walked 2 blocks up the street, I'm standing in front of the White House, Lafayette Park. Do y'all know what's to my left? Banks. Do you know what's to my right? Banks. Do y'all know who's a block away from us right now? The Motion Picture, used to be the Motion Picture Association of America, now it's MPA. Who's across the street from them? AFL-CIO. They're lobbyists. They understand the power of government. So when y'all are watching these shows and y'all listen to all these people talk, and y'all know who I'm talking about, because a lot of y'all watch their shows and y'all follow them and they run their mouths and then, yeah, damn all that. See, y'all sitting here, yeah, you shilling, damn that. We don't need that. We don't need that. It's, no, do for self. Do for self. No, we don't need that. If we want to fix our community, we got to look inward. We got to do it for ourselves. We got to. But you had 32 CEOs, because you know what they recognize? They recognize that they need government. See, y'all don't get it. They love us saying, yeah, look at them. Yeah, we don't need government. We don't need government. And see, because what they've done is they've got you thinking, matter of fact, and so see this little fool, see, I don't even like dealing with these fools like this little boy King Randall, okay? But somebody responded, because I responded to him complaining about Job Corps getting cut, and he talked about, well, we need to have the money replaced by local and state. I said, boy, it's amazing. You ain't said nothing about MAGA. You didn't even mention Trump. So he gonna post this tweet, exactly, Roland Martin don't want talk solutions. I never said that Trump was coming to save anything. I literally said the complete opposite last year. They conveniently won't share these videos or act like they didn't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video, y'all. So I want y'all to listen to what he says, and I'm explaining to y'all why he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Listen.
There's not one politician that we need to blame for the way our communities look. There's nobody that's going to help us fix our communities but ourselves. We are using politicians right now to cope with our inability to actually affect our own communities. Our communities are only going to be fixed by us. Joe Biden is not the reason that your community looks the way it looks. You are. And Trump is not going to come save our communities. We are. We have to fix our communities on our own.
So let me explain that. We have to fix the communities on our own. Okay. So if I take what you just said, so if the same Trump ends the DBE program that will wipe out $37 billion in contracts, and 78% of the DBE contracts go to white women. Native Americans get a significant portion as well. So last year, only $10 billion, which is less than 2% of federal contracts went to African-American businesses. But it still was a record $10 billion. And see, this is what the King Randalls of the world and a lot of these other folk who yell the same stuff, they don't seem to sense. In order to fix your community, how you gonna fund it? Do y'all know? Y'all know that in Montgomery County, there's a golf course called Hampshire Greens. Matter of fact, let me just pull this up for y'all so y'all can understand. Because see, I really want y'all to understand. I mean, they are playing absolute chess. And we ain't even playing checkers. There's a golf course, go to my iPad, called Hampshire Greens. It's in Ashton, Maryland. It's a really nice golf course. I want to see if I can pull up some photos. Give me one. It's a really nice golf course, y'all. Excellent golf course. It's a public golf course. Let me go back over here. I'm gonna go back over here, see if I can pull up some photos. I played the course. It's excellent. It looks great. It's amazing. I'm trying to find some of the photos. Again, a really, really, really nice golf course. You can just go ahead and go here. Here's some of the photos. Do y'all know what happened? Go ahead and show it. Go ahead and show it. So y'all know what happened the first time I played it? I went, oh, I see what happened. It's a lot of nice homes. It's a lot of nice homes near Hampshire Greens Golf Course. It's a lot of nice homes. And I was looking at the homes, and I was looking at this golf course. And I said to myself, these white folks done built them their own country club. But I want y'all to listen to why I said that. So I'm looking at this golf course, and I'm looking at, it's a county golf course, and I'm looking at the homes around the golf course, and I immediately said, oh my God, do y'all know how much the value of the homes near this golf course increased? Because of the presence of the golf course. And so when I sit here, when I look at certain amenities in neighborhoods, see, I'm getting back to what King Randall don't understand. What I understand is that when people petition government for certain things, it's building and increasing the value of their homes, their land, and their businesses. See, when we listen to folks say, ain't no politician going to save us, we got to do for self, we got to fix it on our own, here's what they never ever say. We have to learn how to properly petition government. We've got to learn how to use our collective action, our vote, to be able to get something from government. Tell me this, why would the richest men in the world, why would Jeff Bezos doesn't need any more money. Jeff Bezos doesn't have to kiss Trump's ass. So why were they at the inauguration? Why was he there in Saudi Arabia? Why are these corporate titans sitting over companies worth with market cap of 1 and 2 and 300 billion and almost $1 trillion? Why would they be there? Because they understand the power of government. The chip makers understand what happened when Biden signed that bill, spending billions of dollars to build computer chips in the United States. Oh, see, y'all, oh my God, y'all better understand Biden and computer chips. Y'all better understand how these things work. See, y'all got to understand what's going on here. Why is Elon Musk all of a sudden against Trump's big, beautiful bill? Oh, because the bill gets rid of electric vehicle tax credits, and that will decimate the growth of his business. Man, y'all better understand when the Biden-Harris administration announced the CHIPS initiative. Oh, y'all better understand. Look at this here. Biden-Harris administration announces CHIPS incentives award with Texas Instruments to expand U.S. capacity of current generation mature node chips. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Up to 1.61 billion CHIPS investment will support multiple projects in Texas and Utah to help increase production of semiconductors important for U.S. economy and national security. Oh, keep reading. Look at this here. The Biden Department of Commerce awarded $1.61 billion in direct funding. Keep going. The award follows the previously signed preliminary memorandum of terms announced on August 16, 2024, and the completion of the department's due diligence. Keep reading. This funding will support TI's investment of more than $18 billion through the end of the year. So guess what? Texas Instruments says we're going to invest $18 billion over a decade when it comes to construct 3 new state state-of-the-art facilities, including 2 in Texas and 1 in Utah. Texas Instruments does not commit to spend $18 billion in new facilities unless the federal government brings $1.61 billion. I need y'all to do the math. The $1.61 billion from the federal government represents 10% of their investment. So when Texas Instrument goes to the banks and goes to their stockholders, they are sitting here going, we're going to invest $18 billion over y'all, over 10 years. $18 billion over 10 years is $1.8 billion a year. But the federal government, without the federal government $1.61 billion, guess what happens? They don't build 3 new plants. So now tell me this. Why would black people say, do for self? We don't need nobody else. Black people can fund this. No, we can't. Y'all, you're falling for the illusion. I need y'all to listen to what I'm saying. Black spending power is $1.6 trillion a year. Estimates 1.2, 1.4. Let's say it's 1.6. Half of the money the average person spends, half, some as high as 60% is spent on housing. So if you take the spending power of black people, you got to cut that shit in half because half is going to housing. Now you're left with $800 billion. We ain't talked about food, clothing, health care. We ain't talked about partying, drinking, smoking. We talk about all that sort of stuff like that. So that number goes down, 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 down. So now you're left with how much money does black America have to reinvest in the communities? So now you're left with, wait a minute, hold up, Roland, now I'm confused. Because now I don't understand what you're actually saying. Are you actually telling me, Roland Martin, that black people should be looking to government to invest in black communities? And the answer is yes. Because you know why? Texas Instruments does it. IBM does it. Oh, y'all, since y'all want to go to school, let's see here. Virginia and tax incentives to Amazon. Here we go. This is the, give me 1 second, because this is behind the paywall, but let me get that from outside of the paywall so y'all can understand. Amazon, one of the richest companies in the world, when Amazon decides that they want to come to a city, what do? They ask for tax breaks. The city, the county, and the state, in order to lure a company like Amazon, will offer them tax breaks because they are bringing jobs. When you bring jobs, you're bringing people to fill those jobs. The people that fill those jobs buy homes. The people that fill those jobs buy products. So therefore, they're paying property taxes. They're also paying sales taxes. And guess what? They are actually building, creating whole damn neighborhoods. Go to my iPad, Henry. April 13th, 2023. Amazon requests first HQ2 incentives from Virginia, nearly $153 million. Let me go down here to the story. Boom! Virginia committed in 2019 to give the tech giant up to $750 million for new jobs it was creating at this Northern Virginia campus. Y'all, I'm trying to get y'all to understand that you've got to stop listening to these simple Simons who stand up here and say bullshit that sounds cute is tickling your ears, and you like, that's right, I like that young brother, do for self. We don't need them, we don't need them, we don't need them. And while your ass is sitting here saying we don't need them, you know what these white folks are doing? Yeah, we need them. What can we get? What can we get in terms of tax incentives? What can we get in terms of breaks? What can we do here? What kind of investment can we get? What kind of R&D can we get? Research and development. They don't call it welfare, they call it R&D. They don't call it welfare, they call it tax incentives. They don't call it welfare, they call it subsidies. And so when we are sitting here listening to people say this, if black folks would just do for self, if we would just fund our own, so fund our own without contracts. Fund our own without loans. I just showed y'all Elon Musk got a low interest loan from the Department. Do y'all know what one of the biggest banks in America is? I'm about to mess y'all up. I'm about to mess y'all up. I'm about to mess y'all up. I sat here and I typed bank inside of the USDA. This right here says USDA Financial Services. Do y'all see this here? Agricultural Federal Credit Union, AFCU branches, Employees National Finance Center, Retirement Plan. Y'all see all this here? Do y'all know what happens? Banks don't build a lot of stuff in rural America. So do you know where they go to get projects financed to build in rural America? The U.S. Department of Agriculture. David Scott is a congressman from Atlanta. Being real sick, he became the first African American to ever chair the House Agricultural Committee. Do you know what my frat brother David Scott told me? David Scott told me, and it was a story relayed to him back in the 70s from another CBC member. And David Scott said, matter of fact, see if you can call David Scott right now. See if you can get David Scott, Carol, on the phone right now. Because I want y'all to hear, so Carol, check your cell phone. I'm sending you his number right now. Matter of fact, yeah. David Scott was told a story where a racist white member of Congress told a CBC member, there's one thing you can guarantee in life, a nigga ain't gonna never be head of this committee. You know why? Because the USDA budget. See, I decided to take y'all to school today. Largest federal department budgets. Now, we all know defense is number one. We already know that. Defense is number one. Y'all know what's in the top three? Agriculture. Agriculture department. See, when Marcia Fudge was trying to get a cabinet position under Biden, she didn't want HUD. See, HUD has always been the Negro position. It's a Negro in that position right now. If you go back and look at presidents since the 1960s, you always guarantee it was going to be a black HUD secretary. Okay? It's going to be a black HUD secretary. It's always the case. It's always the case. You're going to have that. She didn't want HUD. She wanted agriculture. She wanted agriculture because she understood the budget of the USDA, the billions and the billions. The farmers didn't want nobody black to be over USDA. So what did Biden do? Biden put in Tom Vilsack. He put in Tom Vilsack. Think about that. Tom Vilsack. Who's Tom Vilsack? Tom Vilsack was the agriculture secretary under Obama. What was he before that? He was the governor of Iowa. So y'all gotta follow the money. What I'm trying to do here, I'm about to bring in Andrew and Zachary in a sec. I'm trying to connect the dots because we as black people have got to stop listening to people tell us, y'all need to stop going to the government. Y'all need to stop asking for handouts. When white corporate leaders all across this country, they understand the power that emanates from that building 2 blocks away. They understand the power of a governor, the power of a mayor, the power of a county judge, the power of a school board president. When are we going to understand that politics is business? The United States economy is a $30 trillion economy. The second largest economy behind America is China at 19 trillion. China ain't close to us. They're $19 trillion. And we're running around here, listen to people say, ain't no politician gonna save us. You can ask Elkhart, Indiana. Obama saves. See, this is what happens, y'all, when you know how to read. Boom. Elkhart, Indiana. Go to my iPad, story from The Guardian. Elkhart, Indiana finally sees Obama recovery. Obama gets scant credit in Indiana region. Why President Obama can't get enough of this small, let me go and hit the PBS story. May 31st, 1960, here we go. Why President Obama can't get enough of this small town. Look at this right here. Obama's stimulus plan, guess what? Look at this right here. Because of the stimulus plan, the Obama policy saved Elkhart, Indiana. Do y'all know what's in Elkhart, Indiana? That's the RV capital of the world. If you have an RV or a Sprinter or a vehicle like the one that we have, the one we just bought, guess where that sucker was originally built? Elkhart, Indiana. The Obama stimulus plan literally saved the manufacturing in Elkhart, Indiana. Now I need you to understand what I'm talking about when we talk about our communities, how we need to be thinking differently. We are being played when people stand before us and tell us, stop begging, stop going to government, stop doing this. Well, guess what? If that shit's good enough for Amazon and for Tesla and for IBM and for BlackRock and for Blackstone and for every major, for Citigroup, for all these companies, well, damn it, it's good enough for Black America. Stop being played by simpletons who don't know shit about politics. You're listening to people who have no clue. So when folks stand before you hollering how they Pan-African and they Afrocentric and they tell you your vote don't mean nothing, they have no idea what the hell they talking about, Because the problem is what we have not done is we have approached voting from a singular position as opposed to a collective position. What did Dr. King say on April 3rd, 1968 at Mason Temple in Memphis, Tennessee? He said, black people collectively. He said, individually, we represent one of the poorest economies, one of the poorest people in the world. Yet collectively, we represent one of the top 5 economies in the world. He said, when black people move as a collective, things can change. So what King Randall, he's dead ass wrong. Anybody else said it, it's dead ass wrong. If a black community of 100 or 200 or 300 or 400 or 500 or 1,000 people begin to descend on city halls and county government seats and school boards and state legislators, and all of a sudden begin to demand a plan of action when it comes to resources, and then say, if you do not deliver, we're going to vote your ass out, I can guarantee you, you're going to see the resources come hard and fast. But you need to understand the game of politics because it is a money game. Zachary.
The whole time that you were talking, Roland, all I could think about is, of course, the fact that this man is teaching, this man is 100% correct, and he's laying it all out there. But when you look at what King Randall is saying and what people like him are saying, they're completely ignoring history and how many times black people have come together in communities and they've done exactly what the hell he's saying they should do, only to have the government destroy it. Yes, I'm talking about Greenwood, Oklahoma, which we recognize the decimation of that community this week because it happened, that the 104th anniversary, or I think something like that recently. Yet the living survivors, the people that are still here that lived through that massacre, have not received an ounce of recompensation for what they've lost, for what they went through. However, had that been any other community, we know that they have gotten their payback. They have gotten paid for what was taken from them and the loss they've suffered. So that to me completely obliterates any argument anyone like King Randall from Georgia could say. And when you're also looking at the fact of what we're owed, that the money that our government is giving to the multi-billionaire Elon Musk is our money. This is our money. We, black people in the black community living in black neighborhoods, pay taxes. The money the government is giving away is our money. We are owed our fair share, and our businesses, our companies, our organizations, our farmers, they all deserve their stake. And what we're living through is a government doing all they can to take that away, make us believe that we have earned, or that what we should be getting is not owed to us because it's DEI, when in reality it's what we should have been getting all along, because every single American should have the exact same opportunities, but we're the Americans that have been denied those opportunities. Bro, that's all I can think about when you were laying out the law.
Andrew, it drives me crazy when I hear this crap because, again, it's tickling the ears of people. And they go, yeah, that's right, he right. See, do for self. We don't need them. We could do it ourselves. And I'm not saying don't build. I'm not saying that we don't. My parents were co-founders of a civic club, where it was about how do we change the dynamics of our community. And they came together and they picked up trash and they did those things. But Andrew, you know what they also did? They understood the role of government. They said, man, how do we get rid of these abandoned houses? They couldn't just go there and tear them down because somebody owned it. Andrew, that was a legal process. Well, in order to get this abandoned home torn down, you have to file this paperwork, and then it has to be condemned. As a certain period of time you must wait, notify the owner, they then don't respond, then you can begin demolition proceedings. You know what they said? Okay, cool, let's file. Then it was like, okay, this house, they got overgrown a lot. It's got rats and there's all kind of other stuff. How do we deal with that? That was government. Oh, I'm sorry. I grew up in Clinton Park. It's in Houston. They were like, it was Clinton Park Civic Club. And they said, hey, you know what? Crime is an issue. We need stepped up police patrols. You know what they did, Andrew? Okay, all right, well, who's over this area? Well, guess what? there's a commander who was over the area where Clinton Park is. So there was Clinton Park, that was across the way. That was another black neighborhood, all black neighborhoods, Clinton Park, Clinton Drive, all these areas right here. Who was the commander? Okay, we gonna go to the commander, not the police chief, not the assistant police chief, but the commander over the area. Direct relationship. Police department is government. So that's what that is. And so when I listen, and the reason I laugh, because the school King Randall got, he got from the school district. That's government. He had to do an agreement because he came on this show claiming he had the school, and the school superintendent released a statement saying he's lying on TV. He does not have an agreement. So even when he got his school, he had to petition government to turn the former school over to him because they own the property. So folk need to understand when they saying silly shit like this here. We don't need government. We don't need government. There is nothing in America. There's nothing in America that government does not play a role. Even, hell, if y'all think I'm lying, Andrew, I'm gonna let you talk on this one right here. Trump and y'all, I'm about to mess y'all up. This fool who is sitting in the Oval Office, for all of y'all people, for all y'all simple Simons who are telling me, I don't know, you don't know what you're talking about. Your government, if you own it, if it's private, government can't tell you nothing. Government can't tell you nothing. Really? Let me pull this up for all of you who don't seem to understand that. Oh my goodness, look at this headline. Trump's Bedminster Golf Club flagged for 18 health violations in latest inspection. Earned lowest grade in county. See, Andrew, what that means is when you read the story, Donald Trump's golf club received a 32 out of 100 health inspection score in May. There were 18 violations, including all 3 requirements in the, quote, food protected from contamination category. Look at this here. It said they were violations including expired milk, raw meat stored improperly, and a dishwater that may not reach the required temperature. The inspector also cited 4 separate hand washing violations, including sinks without soap or paper towels, one lacking a required sign, and another used to store a sanitizer bucket. This is from Forbes. So you could occupy the Oval Office, own a private country club, and you still must abide by government health standards. So the government health inspector came in and slapped Trump's private golf club with health code violations. Andrew, please tell me again how government has no role.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the disconnect between our people and the government also comes and stems all the way back to public housing. If you think about that great experiment where the government said, I'm going to, build buildings and I'm going to give you at least some kind of basic standard of living, right? I'm going to give that to you. And the thought and the notion and the connotation around that was that somehow we were being given something. And it was to us as Black people being given something. We've always been told that that's just not the way to do things. You have to earn it. Even though, like you're saying, $38 billion, right?
Wait. But Andrew, here's the problem. It's right here. This is the problem, Andrew. What you just described, this is why it's a problem. Go to my iPad. Andrew, they call it low-income housing tax credit. So that's the problem, Andrew. See, it's for them broke people. It's them low income people. That's because it's called low income housing tax credit. Finish your point, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna show folk what happens when it ain't low income housing. Go ahead.
And exactly, Roland. So for us, whenever we're getting something like welfare or food SNAP benefits, is always seen as this is that we're giving this to you so that because we feel like you need it. And the difference, I think you're about to talk about that, is in the phrasing. And we as the people, we have to start looking at that phrasing and using the government. The subsidies are there. The money is there. We have to start using this money to our advantage. And it starts at the polls. We can't get these things done without having the right people in our local government, in our state government, and in our federal government.
And so for folk who don't understand what I'm saying right now, what then happens is, and you see the story right here from the Pew Charitable Trust, it says how states can design effective incentives to spur office to residential conversions. This is one of the many stories. So I need everybody watching. When y'all see these stories, a new development is coming to Washington, D.C. It's coming to Houston. It's coming to Dallas. It's coming to Charlotte. It's coming to Atlanta. And oh my goodness, what's going to happen is they're going to come in. You know what they're going to do? They're going to build an amphitheater, and they're going to build new affordable housing, and they're going to have shops. They're going to have downtown parks, all these different things. Y'all, those are tax incentives. It's welfare. It's subsidies. And then what they do is they create what's called a tax increment financing district. It's called a TIF. Y'all know what a TIF is? So what that means is we establish a zone around an area, and then everything that's located in that tax increment finance district, when they pay their taxes, it doesn't go to the city's use. It stays in the area. The TIFs in America, what the TIF then does, the TIF then funds the various things in that particular area. The TIF then funds, the TIF then funds, boom, right here. This is from the U.S. Department of Federal Highway Transportation. Tax increment financing is a value capture revenue tool that uses taxes on future gains in real estate values to pay for new infrastructure improvements. Let me go ahead and make that plain as the late Joe Madison say, put it where the ghost can get it. When you pay your taxes, it doesn't go to the city. The taxes stays in the TIF, and that funds road improvements, policing, sewer, lights. So your tax money is only funding the things in the tax increment finance district. That's also called corporate welfare. That's called subsidies. That's a government creation. So imagine if a King Randall and the rest of these black MAGA folks I call the help, imagine if they did what I just did, gave a 30+ minute history lesson on how white America has always used government to rebuild their neighborhoods, rebuild their cities, rebuild states, and rebuild America. Who does that? Nonprofits, corporate America, small businesses. That's what they do. Restaurant associations, engineering. Y'all, it's happening. But just like we are the only people who listen to people tell us not to vote, can y'all please show me the last time you had so-called white leaders tell white people your vote don't mean nothing, your vote don't make a difference? Can y'all please by all means show me the video. Please show me where that happens, because they don't. Now, you might say, we haven't gotten enough for our vote. True? Does it mean you don't vote? Nope, that's stupid. That's literally neighborhood suicide. What you then do, though, is you take your vote and you wrap it around a power dynamic and you wield it like a billy club. and you say, and you go color purple, until you do right by us, you will not win. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all to understand the game. Every community, corporations, they're looking to government to finance all that they're doing, their future investment, their employees, their expansion. And we got black folks telling us, don't look to them, don't count on them. And I've said it as well. You've never heard me say, if you were a city, don't negotiate the Trump administration. You damn right you should, because you are a taxpayer. And y'all have heard me say, I don't care if your mayor or your council member or your state legislator or your state senator or your governor, if they Republican and you didn't vote Republican, you're still a constituent. You should be demanding something because you are a damn taxpayer, and you and your neighborhood and your block and your street, your community deserves the same access to city, state, and federal dollars as any other neighborhood.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.